So Leverstock Green was an adverse fixture. Obviously the addition of the high winds made it a challenging game for both teams, and it encouraged both teams to have to get the ball down and play, which is what we proposed to do within our game plan against Leverstock Green. We played them earlier in the season in a cup game over at their place, and again look, the weather took its toll on that day. It was very wet and windy, and their pitch did very well to hold up. And it was a competitive fixture the previous time we played them. So we knew coming into the game Saturday just gone that it would be a competitive fixture, and both teams would look to work the opposition goals. We looked to play, and in fairness, Leverstock Green afforded us that opportunity. They allowed us to retain the ball in defensive areas, and we looked to progress the ball up the field, and there was opportunities where we managed to get around the outsides of their shape. Albeit we were unsuccessful at times as we broke into the final third. We were patient with our build-up, and we looked to try and break Leverstock Green down by maintaining the ball and running the opposition in order to tire them out and create gaps so we could exploit them in the wide areas. It was very pleasing to see as we adjusted our shape within the midfield and manoeuvred personnel into different areas. We managed to get down the outside. It was very pleasing to see Ezra Ford get his first goal for Dunstable Town. It's been a tough journey for him since he's come in. He's not really had, I suppose, any minutes where he's been match fit or physically able to cover the ground and be fit in himself. So to see him get 90 minutes under his belt was very, very pleasing to see. And he took his goal really well. It was well worked. Ricardo Green sliding one down the outside into Danny Webb's feet. He drops it off quite nicely to James Lauder, who then slides him in, and it's a lovely low cross across the box. Ezra does really well to get his body across the centre half, and he just pins and rolls and slots it in the far post. It was a really, really tidy goal, and something Ezra Ford is very good at doing. It's just a case of getting him on the pitch and allowing him them opportunities more and more so as we move forward. Then we reflect onto the return goal. Unfortunately, we weren't good enough in our defensive shape. We've allowed Leverstock Green to break through 2 tackles in the midfield area, and they find themselves about 25 yards out. And the midfield is quite cute to just slide it across to Ryan Carruthers, who steps on and hits it quite nicely, and it just breaks through the defensive line and finds itself in the bottom corner. Desmond full stretch. So it was a nuisance for us that we've allowed them to break through our midfield with such ease, tumbling past 2 tackles, and he just lays it off, and we're scrambling as a defensive unit to try and get bodies across to block shots. And Carruthers has done quite well from where he struck it, in fairness to him. As we stepped into the second half, the game was again competitive. Both teams looked to get the ball down and play. And in fairness to Alex Desmond, he made some really crucial saves because Leverstock Green created themselves a number of chances that required him to do quite well in goal. It's frustrating though when we're creating the opposition's chances for them. There was a number of errors that we made, which then in turn creates a transition towards our goal, and then we have to work hard to defend the goal properly. We've got to nullify those areas of our game and nullify those mistakes that we make that encourage teams to then be on the attack so that we have to defend. It's all well and good saying there are great saves, but we shouldn't put ourselves in those positions. We should be better with the ball and provide ourselves a little bit more security in how we play and when we play. But in fairness, we had a number of chances towards the end of the game where we've gone close and we've put them under some pressure, and we were unfortunate not to nick a win across the game, as it were. And it would have been, in fairness, both teams played well within the middle of the park. We dominated the ball from box to box. However, I would say they probably have maybe 1 or 2 more chances than we did within the game due to us playing football and making those errors. But again, it's about what we do in the final third in the opposition box, and we weren't crucial enough on the day to take 3 points off Leverstock Green this time round. We wish them good luck with their journey into the playoffs, and we did our best to try and disrupt that for them, and we look to do that for the team that we play this coming Saturday. So in terms of players coming back into the group, we've obviously got Ethan Creary, who went out injured. When did he go?
What, Crilly?
No, Ethan. Tring.
Is it Trim, yeah? Yeah, it was, yeah.
Start again. You're going to be busy tonight, sorry.
No, it's all right.
I've been at work, my brain's all over the place, I'm over the free-for-all. In terms of players coming back into the group, we've obviously got Ethan Creary, who went out injured against Tring. He rolled his ankle both sides, unfortunately. It's doubts that we'll see him again this season in terms of as a playing member of staff, but I'm sure we'll see him here supporting the lads and entertaining the crowd and making the effort to socialise with those fans that are here each and every week in their good numbers. Outside of that, we've got Benji Crilly, who's sort of creeping back into the peripheral of the group. We managed to get him back into the playing squad and he completed 90 minutes. He's had to go home and rest the nice off the back of that, but we hope to see him back in training this evening and him being match fit, ready to sit back into the squad this coming week. So this coming Saturday we head down to Cockfosters, an interesting fixture that we've enjoyed over the years in our time at Dunstable Town. We've always had a good encounter with Cockfosters and we've probably had the better share of the points in those games that we've played. They've always been competitive fixtures and they're always hard fought on the playing surfaces. You know, going down to Cockfosters is not an easy environment to go, and it's unfortunate for them. They've had a number of games cancelled this year and they've still got plenty of games to catch up on. As we full well know, they've played 3 games this past week in order to try and catch up some of those fixtures and sort of aim for the playoffs as they are. But their environment's quite a challenging one. They're not afforded massive space and the pitch does get flooded and it takes its toll. So it does dictate how we will have to play, because going into that environment with the pitch in its current state and the surface that it is, we will have to be a little bit cuter in how we try and turn them around, how we try and break them down, and how we create our opportunities. Because it will not be total football going to Cockfosters, and we know that full well. And it's quite nice that we have a group that is able to play a mix of structures and styles of play. We don't believe in this, it's got to be total football all the way. There has to be a balance and a sort of team directive in how we're going to break the opposition down. The aim of the game is to win, and how we win doesn't matter to us. It's getting 3 points, and if it has to be ugly and we have to win our individual battles, we have to turn the opposition defence and we have to beat them up, then so be it. That's what we'll look to do. We've tried to do that a number of times this season and we've been good for it for 20-25 minute periods, and then we seem to run out of steam and run out of the ability to stick to the game plan due to the physical challenges that are required or the resilience that the group needs. So we look forward to going to Cockfosters this weekend, and we'll do our best to gain those 3 points as we turn up to that environment and put them under pressure. They've had a number of games played, and that will no doubt put fatigue within the playing group at Cockfosters, but also that might creep in 1 or 2 injuries for them. So I doubt they'll be coming out full strength, but I'm sure they'll come out with the heart and passion that they have done each and every fixture that we've played them, and it'll be a competitive game. And look, we're here to disrupt as best we can, albeit we're playing for nothing now this season. The next 3 games that we have left, we'll be doing our best, our very best, to go and gain 3 points and do our best to disrupt the title races that are going on in and around us.